Today, I'm making King from Owl House. I start by adding a round cube, subdividing it, and then starting to mold the skull into shape. For most of this, I will be using the grab brush just to push and pull the areas and to mold them into the shape I want. I add a sphere for the eye and use the mirror modifier to make the other eye. After that, I use the draw brush to add a little more cover for the eye and use the crease brush to sharpen the edges of the eye socket. The grid that appears is me retopologizing so that I have more material to work with, and so I can start to get more details. After I get the skull to an acceptable shape, I then move on to making the horns. I place a circle on top of his head and start to snap each vertice to the skull. I then extrude and scale to match the picture. Once I finished the first horn, I took the baseline, copied it, and moved it over to start on the other one. Here, I made a cone and start to shape it into one of the two large teeth that he has in the front. Then, for the other one, I just duplicated it, moved it across, and positioned it into place. For the back 4 teeth, I started with a plane and added loop cuts so I could shape it, then extrude it, and scale each line to size. I then duplicated the teeth, moved them into the correct position, and adjusted the skull to match the actual shape using the grab brush. Here, I added another round cube, subdivided it, and started to shape it into his lower head jaw, then added a cylinder for the collar. It took a bit of time, but I pulled the hair using the grab brush into shape, trying to match the pictures. Now, we move on to the body. I added a round cube, subdivided it, and started to scale and move it into place. I then repeat this process with the arm, except I also add a cone so I can shape and place his claws. I duplicate the claw, move it into place, and use the mirror modifier on each piece to make the left arm. I moved back to the collar to add the coin. I extruded a small piece and added a circle for the coin. Probably should have done a cylinder for more speed, but whatever. Moving back to the body, I do the process again for the right leg. Round cube, subdivide, scale, adjust. For the toe claws, I started with a cube and added a bunch of loop cuts using Ctrl R, and started to make it into a claw shape. When I was done with that, I duplicated it and also used the mirror modifier so it matched on the left leg. Finally, I moved on to the tail. Added a round cube, subdivided it, and started sculpting it to match the shape of the tail using the grab brush. Right here, I have joined all the pieces together so I can add more shape and detail to his body, and so it looks more natural. I used the draw brush for most of the adding, and smoothed it out when there was too much. Now, we're moving on to the colors. For the eyes, I just went into edit mode and colored the exact faces the colors needed since his eyes are pretty simple. For his teeth, claws, collar, and coin, I just added a basic material to them since they are all just one solid color. When I moved onto the body, I needed to make a UV map of his body so I could texture paint and add his belly color. I did the same thing for the skull, but I did run into a bit of a problem, but fixed it by just moving the faces on the texture map. And finally, I did the same thing with the tail and added the design. Let's see, body's made, colors added. Okay, now we move on to adding the bones so I can move him how I like. This one is pretty straightforward. I start with his spine and start to branch out from there, slowly making sure each bone lines up and is in the right spot. Once I'm done with that, I connect the skeleton to the body with automatic weights and then go through the slow process of checking each part and seeing if I need to remove or add a bone that can move it. As you can see, most of the small teeth were connected to a shoulder bone or an arm bone, so I had to remove that from each one so it moved correctly. I changed the eye bones so I could actually move and adjust them how I want. Here's the final product. I really appreciate you watching the whole thing. Please comment what you think about this one. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye!